Hi everyone, this is Donny Lowy from Closeout a wholesale business in Brooklyn, New York. Today I'd like to discuss with you, based on my experience in running my wholesale and closeout business, what the best wholesale products are for the Caribbean within the fashion sector. I have many customers from the Caribbean who either come into the warehouse, they send a relative or a friend on their behalf, or they place an order online. Now, while their demand for what they order fluctuates based on the country that they are in, there are certain constants that I have seen. For example, I have customers from Jamaica and from Trinidad, from the Bahamas, from St. Lucia, from the U.S. Virgin Islands, and one thing I've seen in common is that they all buy women's suits from me. They also buy other items, but that's a constant I've seen from customers from those countries, as well as from other customers in the Caribbean. Now, when they buy the women's suits, they prefer women's brand name suits, such by brands like the Harry, Jones New York, Casper, Nine West, Calvin Klein, and so on. They're looking for light material, since it's very hot in the Caribbean. They prefer cotton suits. They look for corporate, office, and church suits. They like really nice and bright colors. And that also brings me to dresses. They have a preference for brand name dresses and are also looking for very flowery and colorful and bright styles and colors. Now, they also look for the sundresses that are non-branded. You'll see many of those dresses being sold in discount stores and stores that cater towards tourists who just need an extra dress when they're going to the beach, or to have a dress when they're lounging by the side of the pool. So if you are selling in the Caribbean, you have to first determine if you are selling to tourists or to residents. If you are selling to residents, you might want to focus more on business and office attire, because that's going to be the kind of clothing that you're going to need on a day-to-day basis. And if you're selling to tourists, then you're going to want clothing which is either going to be an impulse item, such as something that they just need for that day, or you can also sell a brand name item because they might want a fancy dress for an unexpected party that they're going to be attending, or they've decided to engage in an activity which they weren't planning on engaging in. Maybe they need brand name sneakers and they didn't expect to do any jogging, or they're going to need a nice sun hat because they didn't expect it to be so bright, or they want a nice pair of brand name sunglasses which they could use or buy as a gift when they come back to their respective country. So I have seen customers, as I was mentioning before, from the Caribbean request for brand name suits, brand name dresses. They also like American brand name handbags, and that doesn't mean that they're necessarily made in the United States, but they are handbags made for the American market, whether they're brand name handbags by Coach, Nine West, Steve Madden, Guess, BCBG, and so on. And also, especially for some reason in Trinidad and Jamaica, I've gotten a lot of demand for children's clothing. I'm sure there's demand for children's clothing throughout the Caribbean, but from my experience, I've seen an especially high demand for kids' clothing comparative to other items that I sell and to other countries that I sell within Jamaica and Trinidad, especially when the kids' clothing is brand name. And also remember, in the Caribbean, you're always going to want to be selling spring and summer styles, since it is warm all year round. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, you could visit my warehouse. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. Have a great day.